Michigan is full of quirks, and today we're diving into 5 of the strangest, most fascinating stories that make this mitten-shaped state such a weirdly wonderful place to live. From ghost towns to cursed creatures and eccentric communities, these tales prove Michigan is anything but ordinary, so grab your favorite beverage, kick back, and let's explore what makes living in Michigan such a trip. And I'm not just talking about potholes. Beyond the well-known quirks, there are layers and layers of mystery and strangeness that most people have never heard about in Michigan. That's right, Michigan has secrets, and today I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 of the weirdest, most fascinating stories this state has to offer. And if you're loving this series, I will link several videos I've done in the description so you can binge the haunted and strange things about Michigan coming from a lifelong Michigan resident and realtor serving this weird state. Let's kick things off with number 1, Fayette, Michigan, a ghost town that feels like something straight out of a Scooby-Doo episode but with a touch of spooky. Nestled in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Fayette was once a thriving iron smelting town in the late 1800s, and just imagine 500 people living and working on the edge of Lake Michigan, surrounded by limestone cliffs and dense forests. At its peak, this place had blast furnaces, working housing, a hotel, and even a company store, probably selling overpriced mustache wax and rock candy, who knows. Fayette wasn't just an industrial hub, it was also home to hardworking families trying to make a living during Michigan's lumber and mining boom. But when the iron market tanked, the town folded faster than a deck chair in a Michigan windstorm. Today, Fayette Historic State Park preserves what's left. Visitors can wander through eerily quiet buildings, from the general store to the remnants of the massive furnaces that once roared with fire. Imagine stepping into one of those old homes and hearing the faint echo of conversations from the 1800s. People have reported feeling a strange heaviness in the air, like the past is still lingering around, and some even claim to hear footsteps or whispers when no one else is nearby. Whether it's the wind or something more supernatural, Fayette keeps you on your toes, to say the least. For the adventurous and slightly brave, it's a fantastic way to mix history with a dash of ghostly intrigue. Plus, it's the perfect story to drop at your next dinner party. So this one time I hung out with some ghosts in Michigan. There you go, I started off for you. Now cruising over to number 2, that's the Singing Bridge of Dimondale. This isn't your average bridge. It doesn't just sit there looking pretty holding up cars. No, this bridge likes to make itself heard. As you drive across it, the bridge produces an eerie humming or a singing sound. Some say it's haunting, some say it's oddly comforting, like a metal lullaby. The sound is caused by the unique construction of the bridge and how it interacts with the vibrations of passing cars. Locals love the singing bridge, and some even drive out of their way to hear it hum that tune that it has. There are rumors that the sound changes depending on the weather or time of day, which is probably just science doing its thing. Over the years, the singing bridge has attracted curious visitors who drive across it just to experience the phenomenon. Is it science, magic, or just Michigan doing its usual weird thing that we've come to realize video after video? Either way, it's a delightful little oddity that makes road trips more interesting, to say the least. And let's be real, in a state where you spend half your time dodging potholes, a bridge that hums is practically a welcome mat, if you think about it. Next time you're in Eaton County, roll down your windows, take a slow drive across, and let the bridge serenade you. Just don't be surprised if your passengers think you officially lost it. Speaking of weird Michigan legends, let's talk about number 3, and that's Nain Rouge. Detroit's resident troublemaker, known more by the locals and less by the outsiders across the country. Picture a creepy red troll with glowing eyes and a knack for bad timing. The Nain Rouge, or Red Dwarf, is said to appear right before disasters strike, making it Detroit's unofficial mascot of doom. Legend has it, the Nain Rouge first made an appearance in the 1700s when Detroit's founder had a run-in with this Red Dwarf. Apparently, Cadillac, the founder, insulted the Nain Rouge, which, as you can imagine, didn't end very well. Cadillac's fortunes took a nosedive, and the Nain Rouge has been blamed for everything from the Great Fire of 1805 to Detroit's more modern woes, but leave it to Detroit to turn a curse into a party. Every year, the city holds a march for the Nain Rouge, a parade where residents dress up and symbolically chase the Nain Rouge out of town. Think Mardi Gras, but with more red trolls and fewer beads. It's a wild, fun tradition that's equal parts weird and celebratory, sort of, kind of. So if you're ever in Detroit in March, grab your red cape and join the festivities. Just maybe don't insult the Nain Rouge. We've obviously learned our lesson already. Let's pivot from mythical creatures to prehistoric wonders, because Michigan's history goes way deeper than lumberjacks and cherry pie. Case in point, number 4 are the prehistoric whale fossils. Yes, you heard it right. Whales in Michigan. Millions of years ago, during the Devonian period, Michigan was covered by a tropical sea. Fast forward to modern times, and researchers in Alpena unearthed fossils of ancient whales and other marine life, because apparently Michigan's been weird for a long time now, if you couldn't conclude that. These fossils offer a fascinating glimpse into a time when Michigan wasn't all Great Lakes and maple trees. Imagine digging in your backyard and finding out it used to be a prehistoric ocean. Mind blown, right? These fossils have turned Alpena into a mini hotbed for paleontology. The Besser Museum for Northeast Michigan showcases many of these discoveries, offering visitors a chance to see remnants of creatures that lived millions of years ago. It's like stepping into Jurassic Park, minus the T-Rex, obviously. The idea that whales once swam where we now have forests and lakes is enough to make you rethink everything you know about Michigan. So the next time someone tries to tell you Michigan is boring, hit them with the, oh, you think Michigan's just about snow and cherries? We got whale fossils, and checkmate. Finally, we have number 5, a religious commune that's equal parts fascinating and bizarre at the same time. It was founded in 1903 by Benjamin and Mary Purnell. The House of David had some, let's say, unique rules. Members had to remain celibate, and for those you don't know, you can Google it, vegetarian, and totally devoted to the community. Despite these restrictions, or maybe because of them, the commune thrived, actually. They even built their own amusement park, complete with miniature trains and a zoo. Yes, you heard that right, a religious commune with a zoo. You can't make this stuff up. The House of David also had a killer football team known for their long beards and impressive skills. They toured the country, drawing crowds and baffling opposing teams who probably weren't ready for the combo of stellar pitching and biblical aesthetics. But the House of David wasn't without its controversies too. Allegations of misconduct and financial mismanagement eventually led to its decline, but its legacy lives on. Today you can visit the House of David Museum in Benton Harbor and marvel at the artifacts from the truly one-of-a-kind community. And let's be real, how many religious groups can say they ran a theme park and a baseball team? That's peak Michigan weirdness right there. Michigan is a state that doesn't just embrace its weirdness, it really thrives on it. Whether it's a ghost town with whispers of the past, a singing bridge that defies explanation, or a red dwarf that just won't quit. These stories prove the Great Lakes state is anything but ordinary. So the next time someone asks you, what makes Michigan so special? Just hit them with the prehistoric whales, ghost towns, and bridges that hum. If that doesn't leave them speechless, I don't know what will. My question to you is, have you heard of any of these 5 things before? And what other weird things about Michigan do you know that some people may not? Drop them in the comments below. If you're not too weirded out to move to Michigan, I help people all over the world move to, within, and out of the state of Michigan, and I love it, love it, love it. So if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to be a resource. Until next time.